Welcome. I'd like to call the December 22nd meeting of the Hyde Park Town Board to order. Please join me as we salute the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we have a pretty short agenda tonight. Before we get into the resolutions, I wanted to add one workshop item that the supervisor asked us to discuss, which is the sign code. Just a little background on that. In 2005, the town updated its zoning code for signs on businesses, and that's been in place for the past 10 years. And in that code update, there was a provision put in that signs that were in compliance at that time in 2005 would be allowed to remain for 10 years, after which they would need to be replaced with signs that comply with the code. And so now, it is 10 years later. And in that period of time, the economy has changed. It's a lot different than it was in 2005. And just to be sensitive to the economic conditions, we wanted to consider maybe changing that to extend that deadline for a few years, give people a little bit more time to put up new signs that comply with the code. Just wanted to note that the code was developed by a committee that included business owners and sign makers, and it was meant to be something that would make sense for all business owners to have a level playing field as far as the signs that they have on their businesses, the same types and same sizes and stuff like that. So, but I think that we just wanted to consider possibly pushing out the date that people do need to come into compliance. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, that's, we call that amortization period. So when you pass a zoning law and something that had been legal at that time is a type of use that you want to zone out, you provide for an amortization period to allow the use to come into compliance after a certain period of time for the economic benefit of the property owners. And it would just be a matter of, which I'm going to do, I'll have a proposed local law for you next time, extending that amortization period for a period of time. I don't remember if we discussed.
Maybe three or four more
maybe
years.
Maybe 3 or 4 more
like
years.
That. Yeah.
And be a simple fix to the zoning law. This does not apply to signs that are not in compliance with the zoning law because they've been put up illegally. These are only signs that were legal up until the time that the zoning law was enacted, and they were rendered in violation of the zoning law by virtue of the change, so you give them that period of time to adjust. But if somebody has put up a sign without a permit or something like that, this would not apply to that.
Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. When we send it out for another 3 or 4 years, is that something that can be done again if need to be in the future?
You always have the power to, town board always has a legislative power to amend the zoning law in any way that it feels
Okay, great.
reasonable. So if for some reason you decided you want to further extend it after that period of time, that's certainly something that you could do by.
Yeah, I'm in total agreement with the deputy supervisor. I had conversations with the supervisor. At this time, it just would not be business friendly on our part, and we are business friendly. We are open for business, and we do have a streamlined system to have the current new signs put up that would be in the code, but to ask businesses that have had their signs up for 10 or 15 years to now change would be a hardship for many. So I'm in total agreement.
I also agree with that, to give them some time, and we can always talk to them and say in the future, maybe you come in, but to put the burden on them now, I know what a sign can cost, and it's a lot of money. And the economic times hopefully are going to turn, but let's give business every break we can. They were in compliance, and the law
Absolutely.
stopped it, so extending it would be fine with me.
I mean, there are people that are putting up new signs in order to be in compliance, and,
Yeah.
you know, we want to be respectful to them too, and eventually, I think it is a worthy goal to have
Absolutely.
everyone, you know, playing by the same rules. It's just sort of a tough time economically to impose that on people. Anything else?
I'm good with that.
All right, so we'll look for that on.
I'll have it for you by the first meeting, first regular meeting in January.
Good. So the next item is just to call for any public comment on the resolutions, the 9 resolutions on tonight's agenda. Does anyone have comments?
I think I'm the only anyone here.
You know the deal, your name and
Herbert
3
Sweet,
minutes?
6 Covey Road. Commenting on the Second Amendment, the truck parking law. I'm happy to say I feel you're ready to go. I just wanted to mention that as we put these together, we not only have to be mindful of what is already in existence, but what's in the pipeline. Let me give you an illustration. We have a new definition in the truck parking law that says storage is when you keep a vehicle for 48 hours. In the up-and-coming Crossroads Core, we have a definition that says a parking lot is where you store a vehicle. Well, we can fix that easily enough, but we always have to watch these things. I would say that that could be fixed, just getting a little bit ahead of myself by saying a parking lot's for parking. Mindful of the fact that the ghosts of my high school history teachers would haunt me to death for defining a word with the same word, but it's a start. So go ahead and do it. I don't see any problems, anything holding us up on this now, but of course, we have our work cut out for us for everything in the future.
Thank you.
Sure.
Anybody else? All right. Then we can go ahead and do the resolutions.
Okay. Resolution 1222-1 of 2014, resolution to correct Resolution 128-1 of 2014, authorizing the town supervisor, Nook Protunk, to execute the grant application for Youth Development Program, YDP funds, for Teen Center Intern Program, and Teen Activity Club for 2015.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That was, we just had the amount wrong the last time, so just fixing that.
Resolution 1222-2 of 2014, resolution adopting amended local law number 2 of 2014 as local law number 5 of 2014 to regulate the parking and storage of commercial vehicles within the town of Hyde Park.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Oh, I'm sorry, we need to do a roll call.
Please.
You just told me that.
Councilman Ray.
Aye.
Councilwoman Barron's.
Aye.
Councilman Schneider.
Aye.
And Deputy Supervisor Svensson.
Aye.
Resolution 1222-3 of 2014, resolution authorizing interfund advances.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we're getting to the end of the year and having to get the bills paid, and we were looking into using the snow reserve fund, but this is a different solution that'll get us through the end of the year without having to dip into that. So this is just a temporary transfer, and we'll transfer it back.
Resolution 1222-4 of 2014, resolution accepting bids for the 2015 highway materials and services.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1222-5 of 2014, resolution authorizing agreement for the expenditure of highway monies.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. It looks like the roads that Walt has prioritized for next year are mainly in
Greenfields.
Greenfields.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah, what, Walt has planned, just for the people to know, part of Abbey Road, Buttonwood Court, Water's Edge Road, Crest Hill Lane, Rock Ledge, Sherwood Lane, and Woodland Circle. And then a little bit on Cary Boulevard. And, yeah, those roads been pretty beat up over the years, so. And Resolution 1222-6 of 2014, resolution authorizing vacation carryover for senior account clerk, zoning secretary, and deputy town clerk.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution 1222-7 of 2014, resolution authorizing town clerk to accept refuse collection license fees for 2015.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 1222-8 of 2014, resolution to waive 30-day advance notice of a liquor license for on-premises consumption. And this is for the Eagle's Nest.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And I just wanted to thank Marie Smith in the supervisor's office, as well as Donna Grogan, who both really helped walk this through so that Eagles Nest could get their liquor license in time for the holiday season.
holiday.
Yeah.
So they're very happy to be able to serve the community's holiday needs.
Great. Yeah,
Absolutely.
a little cheer.
Resolution 1222-9 of 2014, resolution authorizing the supervisor to pay VRI Environmental Services up to $3,500 for additional flushing in Greenbush Water District.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so the only thing left on our agenda is to have an executive session to discuss a couple of appointments. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
Make a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And just before we head in there, I just want to make sure that everyone is enjoying their Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to them, because I know we're going to executive session, so just wanted to pass that information along, and happy holidays. So we'll see you in a little bit.
All right.
Who do I give this back to? Do you want me to put it on, I'll just put it on Marie's desk, this thing.
Yeah, I know.
I'll just put a note that okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks. See you.
We going, Warren?
Have a great holiday, and I'll see you after the first.